Dr. Billington was one of the very first people I met when I was elected to Congress 2 years ago. And I can remember sitting with him over in the Jefferson Library a rainy evening in November of '06. And it was very inspiring then, very inspiring now. And as I was standing here, I was getting goosebumps about this project, because we were able to match our community college, our students, with veterans, many of whom had refused to tell their story even to their spouses because of the emotion that was attached. You know, the glory of the comradeship and the glory of serving your nation, coupled with the horror of war. And so we were able to, the students, and I just congratulate all of you, were able to draw out, you know, the history of this nation and the history of the war, World War II, Korea, and Vietnam. And so I would like Mr. Patrick, Dr. Billington, thank you for having this project, because it was a community effort of Aurora and really Colorado, because we had veterans from all over the place. We also are going to present to you a oral history from Lewis Palmer High School in Colorado Springs, as well as another by Carol Adele Kelly, a mother of one of my constituents, who's presenting some information to you as well. But first, I'd like to recognize a number of people in the room. First, my friend Artie Guerrero, who is a representative of the veterans who participated in the project. He's been a good friend. He is an outspoken gentleman for our veterans in Colorado and nationwide. So, Artie, thank you for being here today. My friend Linda Bowman, who we teamed up on this. We were sort of partners in producing this, and it was really my first film experience, because the poor kids from the community college had to try to film me where I didn't either screw up the line or smile at the wrong time. I'd like to thank the producer, executive producer Jeff Hunt, and also the community college chairman of social sciences department, Scott Van Ortstrand, director Sandra Gabbridge, producer Dan Dingman, co-producer Kelly Wolf, researcher Melissa Lane, and music and image supervisor, who is also the music and image supervisor. We have two commissioners from Arapahoe County that I've seen here, Frank Wedig, Commissioner Noonan. So they are here on behalf of Arapahoe County and the Aurora, the city of Aurora, to respect what was done by the community college and by our veterans. And we're honored today to present to the Library of Congress The Wars We Fought, which is a frontline stories of Colorado veterans. My office and Bill Holen from my office, as well as most of my staff, is here because this was such an important project to our office in bringing members of our community together, our schools and our veterans, to share these oral histories. They just depict stories, as I said, of World War II. We actually had one gentleman who turned out I went to school with his grandsons at Jefferson High School in Wheat Ridge, Colorado, and he was one of the gentlemen who had refused to share his story with any of his family, and it was only the students at Community College of Aurora who were able, by bringing this, by showing that this was for more than just him and his wife, but really for the future and for our nation, we're able to draw his story about battles in the South Seas and South Pacific in World War II out. And it was very emotional. I can tell you, when this thing was premiered at the community college, there wasn't a dry eye in the house, both as to the way the men and women came together as family, as partners, with a purpose of saving the nation, promoting democracy, all of the values that we care about so deeply, but also with what they saw, that this isn't something you do at the drop of a hat. You don't go to war unless it's the absolute last straw. But you do it. There are times when you have to do it, but the gravity of the situation comes out in this film. And I just want to, again, congratulate the school for being able to tell it in such a way that you see both the positive side and the way these men and women became friends and comrades, but also the hard side of loss of life and limb. These stories will forever be preserved for future generations to study and better understand. And I feel honored as a member of Congress to be able to present the oral history project of the community college, The Wars We Fought, as well as Voices of My Comrades by Carol Adele Kelly, and the video produced by the students at Lewis Palmer Middle School in Colorado Springs. Colorado Springs, right? Or wrong?
Monument.
Monument. Well, close to Colorado Springs. I don't represent Colorado Springs or Monument, so that's why I do need a geography lesson for the state of Colorado. And I want you to know that as a member of Congress, I do use this library. I use the law library, and it is the facility, the treasure that we have in the Library of Congress, across the street in the Jefferson Library, over here in the Madison Library, across the street in the offices. What's that called?
Adams.
The Adams Library. We have a gem like no other nation has in this library, and all of the things that as a member of Congress and you as citizens of this country have at your fingertips. It's phenomenal. It's just, I just couldn't be more proud of anything. I always say the finest piece of architecture and the finest building in Washington, D.C. is across the street in the Jefferson Library. It just is, for those of you who haven't taken that tour, you got to go do it. It's great. It just, you're proud to be an American when you walk inside those doors, and you get smarter immediately. I promise you that. But with all of that, it's just been my honor to participate in this. We are so proud to be able to present this to the Library of Congress, and